Welcome to another episode of Velocity Chaos! Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you guys all for joining us here at the Velocity Chaos podcast. We are coming to you at the speed of sound on the airways from the Hexapod Soundhouse in Cleveland, Ohio. My name is Luke, and this is my co-host, Nick.
What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Glad to be here, as always. I am stoked for this episode. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a good one. I can feel it in my gonads. But before that, I want to introduce everybody to our third testicle, DJ North of the Border.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me out today. Thank you.
Thanks for being here as always. Always rocking the board, making it clean and crispy. Luke, what are we doing today?
Well, thank you for bringing gonads back up, what we talked about last episode. If you haven't checked that one out, go check it out, give it a listen, come back here. This episode, we're going to try some new things. We're going to get into a segment that we're calling Explalien right now. We'll get into that shortly. Then we got an awesome sports moment you got to see. The Nick's got a hypothetical life question. And then I want to take us down memory lane into some commercials. So that is what we've got going on. And you know what we else got? Here at Velocity Chaos Podcast, we explore the highest heights of human knowledge and the lowest depths of crude humor. Our mission is to tickle that pink thing between your ears, poke that frontal lobe, and sometimes just smash the laugh box. So hop in and buckle up for an infotainment ride across the airwaves.
Before we get into it, a reminder to follow us on Instagram at Velocity Chaos Pod and on Facebook. Also, drop us some stars on iTunes, some love on Spotify, and toss us a sub on YouTube if you're over there watching the vid in the Hexapod studios with us. Thanks as always for your support. All right.
Who pays the heating bill here? Jesus. Oh, that's me.
Not us, apparently. When the show does better, then we'll pay for the heating bills. So good to meet you. Here, you're not from around here.
I'm not. You're from. This is an interesting place.
Yeah. So this segment is going to be about meeting my new friend, an alien from far, far away. And essentially, I'm just going to explain to him something that we all might take for granted. And we're just kind of going to walk through this and make sure that he leaves Earth, really understanding what alcohol is.
Interesting.
Yeah. So for many, many, many hundreds of years, humans have consumed this thing, alcohol, in different forms. And essentially it just makes you feel really good.
Is it a snack of sorts?
Sometimes it's a snack. It comes in little bottles. Sometimes it's more of a full meal, comes in a big cup. Yeah. So the main categories are beer, a consumable alcohol, I should say, beer, wine, and liquor.
A liquid property, consumption. Damn it.
It's all right. It's the first time. We got to get it out. Got to get it out. Go for it. Go. Liquid consumption. Got it. Yeah.
This is a liquid consumable.
Yes. It is not it's not a gas or a solid. You drink it in a liquid form. That's
interesting.
Right. That's correct. You can mix it with other liquids and create different types of what they call cocktails. That's when you take liquor of any variety, which there's also subcategories of liquor, and you mix it in with juices or other liquids to create cocktails.
On our planet, we drink water and Flub Flub Juice.
Flub Flub Juice. What is that?
It comes from the Flub Flub fruit, as you would call it.
Okay. So that's actually how you make wine. You take grapes and you squeeze them, you mash them all up, and then you ferment them over time. And that fermentation process creates alcohol, which is the part that makes you feel good. So it's not grape juice anymore. It's a fermented grape juice, which is now an alcohol and it's wine.
Fermentation, is that like old juice?
It is exactly like old juice. Man, is that what Flub Flub Juice is like?
Flub Flub is only the freshest Flub Flub juice.
So you get it as soon as you squeeze it.
Freshly squeezed Flub Flub juice.
Okay, so Flub Flub Juice would be like orange juice, which you could mix with tequila, which is a form of liquor.
And why do you drink this alcohol liquor?
So liquor, beer, and wine are typically accompanied in party settings, celebrations, sometimes when you're not feeling so hot and you just need to feel better. Yeah, at bars, it's a huge portion of our commerce here on planet Earth. Literally one of the biggest industries, one of the oldest industries. And yeah, it really permeates the entire planet.
You know what else permeates the entire planet?
What?
Flub Flub Juice.
Flub Flub Juice on our planet?
Oh, no, my home planet.
Oh, your home. Okay, so it permeates it. Do you think you could ferment Flub Flub Juice on your planet?
From how you are describing old juice,
Yeah.
I would imagine that fermentation is maybe a possibility that I can take back to my people.
Okay, good. Yeah. Well, we can talk about how you do that. But out of curiosity, let me tell you quickly about the three main categories. All right. Beer is created by taking grains and hops, which grow out in field in mass quantities, and you ferment those in water. So instead of like a fruit, it's like a grain, and that fermentation process creates beer. Do you have like grain and stuff that you grow on your planet?
As what you would call wheat.
Wheat, yeah. Yeah, wheat is a main ingredient in beer, as well as hops. So beers come in many different varieties. I am a big beer drinker. I do like beer. I have a soft spot for
You
beer.
seem an average-sized human.
Yeah?
You seem like an average-sized beer drinker to me.
What makes an average-sized beer drinker, in your opinion?
Your mass of person.
Oh, so I'm not like big.
You're not a large human.
Okay, yeah, that's true. The more beer you consume, the bigger your gut can be because it has a lot of carbs from the wheat in it. So
I've seen your young ones running around. Would they be considered small beer drinkers?
no, they
and
don't.
You are a big beer drinker?
We're not allowed. Kids under the age of 21 aren't supposed to be drinking beer or alcohol in our country. But in other places around the world, you can drink alcohol when you're 16, starting at 16. But little kids can't do it. No. We do that.
Interesting.
We do we do that for developmental reasons because alcohol affects the brain and the human body and our human biology. It gets into your bloodstream and affects your brain in a certain way.
Flub Flub Juice is good for the soul.
Oh, okay. So that's actually nurturing. Alcohol in large quantities is not nurturing. It's bad for you. It affects your kidneys bad, affects your brain badly. So that's beer.
We have 6 kidneys.
Wow, you'd be a great beer drinker. You probably couldn't get drunk if you wanted to. But we'll get to that. I'm going to ask you which ones you like or you would want to try. So that's beer. Beer is done with wheat. I told you a little bit about wine. Its main ingredient is grapes, and that's fermented grapes of different varieties. Red, white grapes. That gives you red wine and white wine. And then there's like blends in between, which are like a little bit of both. And then you finally have liquor, which is distilled. It can be grains in some case. It can be potatoes in other cases. Tequila, one of my personal favorites, is agave, is fermented agave. So really, it's anything that's organic material, like consumable organic material. You throw it into water and you let it sit. Or you boil it and get the alcohol out of it.
Like a stew.
Like a stew, yeah. Except it doesn't have any meat. You can't create meat alcohol. That'd be terrible.
Have you tried it?
No, then you just get rotten meat.
Yes, rancid meat.
Yes. Is that a delicacy where you're from?
It is one of our most cherished
Then you like it.
consumption.
So of those three, which one do you think you'd want to try and why?
The wine seems to be very enticing, akin to Flub Flub Juice.
There you go. That's probably the closest to what you're familiar with.
The small Flub Flubs that we have.
Oh, well, that's probably exactly it. And you should go to like a winery. That's where they grow a lot of grapes. They harvest the grapes, they smash them up, and then they put them in barrels and let them sit for that fermentation process. So you could probably create one on the planet you're from and try it out with the Flub Flubs.
We travel in barrels.
You travel in barrels.
Yes.
How big?
They are about, as you would say, big size.
More than 7 meters or less than 7 meters?
I would have to do the conversion, but I believe they are less than 7 meters.
Wow, that's kind of small. That's kind of small to travel through space with.
They are personal pods.
I think you could still fit a bottle of wine in there, or a couple, maybe a crate even, to get back home with this bottle of, with these bottles of wine, and you can tell your people about it and maybe do it with the Flub Flub.
And maybe some schematics.
Yeah, lots of schematics. Or we could go down to the winery and you could check it out.
That sounds like a nice time.
Do you think you're a red or a white alien drinker? Red or white wine alien drinker?
We do not drink other aliens.
No,
except
okay.
for
Sorry, let me rephrase.
late night activities.
You can make fermented alien liquor. No, there's red wine and there's white wine. Which one do you think you would want to try?
A sweet Flub Flub Juice.
Oh, okay. So you're probably gonna want to go with like a white Zinfandel or like a really desserty white wine is probably your way to go. Red's pretty
we
dry.
enjoy sweetness.
Well, then you'll like a white wine. You'll like a nice dessert wine on the white side of things. So that's alcohol. If you ever come back, we could go drinking. The bars. I didn't even get into the bars or the establishment that you drink at. A lot of times people like to party with alcohol. They get really hammered with their buddies and friends, and then it's a greater time when you drink.
Yes, congregations. We do enjoy those.
Yeah.
Many barrels of Flub Flub Juice are had by all.
Good. Well, see, you got this down. It's just you got to add the alcoholic component to it, which just takes a little bit of time. So if it's anything you take from Earth, I hope it's how to ferment your Flub Flub Juice.
Thank you.
So long. Have a good one.
I'm sure that guy, before we go on, I'm sure that guy has a lot of, neat, interesting devices. And that's what I wanted to bring up here is the device. The device is so easy and convenient to use that even your grandma could use it. That's actually who I got it for me for my birthday. Yes, your grandma got it for me, because I bought into grandmas for people in pajamas. That's a whole nother thing that we can talk about. But the device was designed in a top secret laboratory. The secret's out. By top-tier scientists using top-drawer tools. The device is state-of-the-art technology that won't let you down, just like your grandma when she came and gave it to me. So don't let us down and use the code VCPODBOGO at checkout to get a second of the device for 50% off to give to a friend. This is not an actual service, product, or idea. Just in case you thought it was, it's not. If there is something out there with the same name, we are unaware and have no affiliation, offer no judgment on the actual product, service, or idea. Bam.
Bam.
Boom.
You wouldn't believe who I just met. It was
Who?
Crazy. It was crazy. He was here like just 2 minutes ago, but he's gone now.
I don't know what happened in the last 10 minutes.
He shot out of here in a barrel. It was nuts.
Dang. Barrel nuts.
Barrel. Dude, I love that. With two funny words, been put barrel nuts.
Isn't there a store like that? Beer Nuts or something?
Yeah. It's a restaurant.
Yeah.
But barrel nuts.
Barrel Nuts.
That's our
Nice.
store.
That's our Cracker Barrel knockoff.
www.barrelnuts.com.
That was fun.
That was
I think
Yeah.
is what it's sounding like from what you're
Yeah.
telling me.
Yeah. Bro. DJ,
Hey.
was it fun?
I had a great time. That guy was really cool.
Well, we'll go have a drink of alcohol later together, and I'll tell you about it.
Sounds good. But you know what you got to see? I got something you got to see.
Okay.
It's bowls. And no, I'm not talking about like eating bowls.
Bowl barrel nuts.
Bowl of barrel nuts. Grab a bowl of barrel nuts. Come check this out.
Okay.
I saw a clip of this game called Bowls. Not bowling, but bowls.
Bowls.
So it's these oblong, like they're like balls, but then two of the sides are like
Slightly shaved.
like shaved down, so it's more like a wheel in a way,
Fire.
so that they don't stand on end unless you're rolling them or bowling them, and then they kind of fall flat once they're done, with their momentum.
Wow.
But this clip is like the most precise execution of a shot that just about anyone can make in any single sport. We're gonna have the link in the notes in the video. Just insane. Wow. The precision of this bowl. I think they're called bowls.
Yeah, like it falls over.
Yeah, and like the gap that this thing has to get through is like there's probably you can barely fit a sheet of paper in between each side, and it falls down and it just sits next to this smaller ball. I think they call it the jack or the kitty after I did some research.
Nice.
So this game is very, very akin to bocce ball. I think that's something that a lot more people are familiar with. And this is a sport called lawn bowling. And it is bowls or lawn bowls, a sport which objective is to roll a bias balls so that they stop close to a smaller called the jack or the kitty. I've already explained that. Why am I reading it already again? It's played on a bowling green. Maybe that's where they got the name for that college that's nearby. Bowling green.
You're right. That's definitely it. Bowling green.
Yeah.
Because what else would it be?
Yeah, why else? So the green, it can either be a flat green for flat bowls, for flat green bowls, or it can be convex or uneven. So in the middle, it's kind of raised up.
More roll.
For crown green bowls.
Crown green bowls.
That sounds fancy. Normally played outdoors, even though there's a lot of indoors, like bocce ball, they have, the crushed limestone, I think, or synthetic courts.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then outside, it's either natural grass, turf, or catula.
What's that?
Exactly. I'm glad you asked that because I looked it up.
Bowls.
Catula, a genus of flowering plant in the sunflower family. It includes plants known generally as water buttons or buttonweeds.
That's
Cotula.
Sounds like a punk rock band.
Wait, how do you spell it?
Cotula.
Catula.
Maybe it's Cotula.
Cotula and buttonweeds.
Button. Oh, they're so cute. That's cool, man.
I'm gonna add that to the band name list.
Yeah,
That's cool,
dude.
man. I'm sorry. I just keep watching this clip
It's
over
incredible.
and over again.
You gotta see it.
How did you
Mesmerizing.
even see that?
It's mesmerizing how perfect and how spot on it's. And because the other thing, guys, everybody who's listening out there and who's eventually going to watch the video, it's not like he blows through it's like he comes in and clips the kitty. Like he sets it right down next to it. He shoots the gap and sets it right down next to it.
And it pushes the kitty next to another of his ball. The ball. So in this clip, the ball originally was next to 3 red bowls, so the red team was about to get 3 points. This guy throws it perfectly, squeaks in the with the narrowest of margins, pushes the kitty a little further next to one of his other green bowls, and sits his green bowl right in the spot where the kitty was. And now the green team gets 2 points.
It's mesmerizing. The best thing about this video, though, is his reaction, which is nothing.
Nothing. He's been there before.
Stone cold.
He's been there.
Eyes of a killer.
That's right.
But it's the proudest moment of his life. I know it. I know it's not having kids. It's not getting married. It's not getting a job promotion. It is this shot. This guy's whole life is wrapped up in this one toss.
And these are those moments that you just hope that it's like, game to 21 and the score is 18-19. Red team is about to score 3 points to get 21. And you just squeak in, crush their dreams with those 2 points and close it out. Like that's what you hope this situation was.
And he just walks off home to the pub. This is like the world of bowls, though. Like you can see the poster behind it in the clip. Bowls tour. Bowls. Yeah. See the world of bowls. So like this is legit.
Oh yeah, and like
BBC Sport. Okay, so it's in England.
Yeah, and that like got me thinking, we did that bocce ball documentary.
Yeah.
Breaking Balls. If you haven't seen it, go check that out.
Watch.
I don't know what it's on. I thought it was on Amazon Prime.
It's probably on Prime. It's probably everywhere.
Might be everywhere now. If not, get in touch.
Sweeping.
We can get you a copy
Yeah.
from the director legally, appropriately.
Yeah. So like the oldest is thought that, it's an ancient Greek game, bocce ball.
Yeah.
But there's actually hieroglyphics back in Africa that kind of depict bocce ball being played. And then, like, that was like 5,000 years ago or something. And then, Egyptian. Yeah, first known documentation of bocce, 5200 BC, with Egyptian tomb painting depicted two boys playing. Game spread throughout the Middle East and Asia, and then eventually adopted by the Greeks and passed on to the Romans.
Damn. So this could be one of the oldest sports, or like organized sports.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
It's a wonder it's not like the biggest league of bocce, like the biggest league in the world.
Yeah.
You know, like just over the centuries, like it just became like I think about that sometimes. Like, what's football going to be like in 200 years? You know, it's going to be interesting.
I feel like it's one of those games that's passed down through family more
Yeah.
so than community and culture in a way.
True.
Like, cause yeah, we were at Nick's house. We were playing bocce in the backyard. What's bocce? Oh, you got this little ball, the Polino, and we throw these bigger balls and try to get. It's like horseshoes. What's horseshoes? You know, come to the next party. You know,
It's the next
Yeah.
Explalien.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you an alien? Yard sports.
on my planet we have lawn
What is
darts.
that horse?
But yeah, so it's like that just got me thinking about these other like off the beaten path games, like
Yeah.
darts and billiards, and off of billiards you have 9-ball, 8-ball.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
Cutthroat and
Cutthroat, snooker.
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 You guys don't know what snooker
I don't know.
Is that
Oh
the
my
one with the
God.
little, like the octagon shaped?
No, it's bigger than a normal table, but there's no pockets.
Oh.
And there's a triangle of red balls, and on the other end there's like a red, or there's a black, blue, green, white, or yellow and orange, I think, and those are all different points. And then you shoot the cue ball, the white ball, and you have to there are pockets. I'm sorry, I was thinking of a different game. There are pockets, but you have to you knock a red ball in, then that gives you an opportunity to hit a different colored ball in, and the other colored balls get reset until all the red balls are gone.
Whoa.
And so you try to knock a red ball in and knock the black ball in, because that's the most points, and then knock another red ball in, and then set up it for knocking a other colored ball in, and then just keep doing that. And then once all the red balls are gone, then the other balls stop getting reset into place.
Jeez.
And I got hooked on it last summer. I could go into it. So maybe that's another you got to see.
This is my life.
The monopoly of pool. It just never ends.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Like, I was hooked on it. But anywho, back to this.
I kicked it though.
Yeah.
Bumper pool. That's what I was thinking of. Look up that table. That thing is
Yeah.
infuriating. I hated that. I hated it. Like an old person in my life when I was a kid had it, and just I didn't understand it.
Yeah,
It's infuriating. They put bumpers right in the middle of the table. There's two different types. There's a square rectangle, which is much smaller than a pool table, and then you have an octagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there's an octagon table, and the bumpers are right in the middle. I don't even know how to play the rules. All I know is that it's not worth your time because it's infuriating. So, cannot recommend bumper pool.
That would
Yeah,
not
geez.
make it.
Sorry, you
No,
wanted
no,
to talk
no.
about all the ones you want to play.
No,
Let
no,
me tell
yeah.
you about the one we shouldn't ever play.
Let it
prob-
out. I feel like
It's probably like really fun.
Nick just got hustled at some bumper
Yeah.
pool and
Yeah.
it's coming out now.
It was at his
Grandma-
grandma's.
His
Yeah,
grandma
grandma's
hustled
just-
for like $1,000.
Yeah.
Like, take that. Suck it.
Rhymes with P, rhymes with C. That spells bumper pool. You guys remember that dumb song from
No.
the Music Man? There's somebody out there who does.
Someone, if you know.
Please
Comment.
call us.
Please call us. Explain
We don't have that phone number anymore. I got sorry tangent here, but I got a call from some lady about her property at some point with that old number we had, and then recently I got a message from Google like, yeah, you haven't used this, we're taking it back. But yeah, I think it was like it was an Iowa based number,
Oh my god.
and then it must have been close to some apartment manager, and she's like, my water's leaking. I think I still have it somewhere.
You're just like, and you're writing it down. Yes. Okay, I don't know anything about plumbing.
But yeah, I thought that was something that was so cool and interesting to see, that Bulls moment.
That Bulls moment was definitely worth it.
And there's so many sports out there where there are these cool moments that people aren't incredible athletes as you would, I think when you think of an athlete, you would
Yeah.
define like Greek god, just someone that can
Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady or,
Just
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill. Fountain of youth.
Yeah, just like these incredible people. Yes, people that can do these physical things to a super degree, like LeBron James or something, like dunking basketball. But yeah, these are sports that are, like we were saying last episode. Check that one out. With curling, it's just like a couple dads getting away for the weekend from their family, and then they got hooked into the bowls championship.
Yeah.
Of the world.
I know people who are like getting into pickleball. Apparently that's really surging no, pickleball there's another thing that's like pickleball, but it's like a combination of that, paddles, small court, but that and whatchamacallit, the what's the one inside?
Badminton?
No.
Racquetball?
Racquetball, yeah.
So
Squash?
there's no roof. There's no roof, but there's big walls, and you're outside, and you can hit it off the wall and like ricochet and stuff like that. So like people are liking that. Like tennis, I don't know. I guess tennis you can't really play in the wintertime, but these pickleball
Indoor.
games
They got indoor courts.
Oh,
like it's clubs.
If you're wealthy.
Yeah. Again, dipping back into last episode. Privilege of being able to perform some of these sports or Olympic
I can't
stuff.
remember what that was called. Paddleball. It was something really funny.
I mean, it would be squash or racquetball that make most sense.
No, I had not heard of this game until just that. So, well, I know you're a big bowler, and that's my favorite, like, parlor sport, if you call it. I mean, if you want to call it that. But
Velocity Chaos should field a bowls team. Like we should get really ingrained in the
serious. Yes.
I mean, we could do bocce. That's we got local places.
But don't you need 4? You need
Yeah.
4? Oh, so somebody out there on our squad,
a raffle.
we have a spot. Oh man, that was fun. Are you good to move on?
Yeah.
All right. Well, check out that video where we post it, and we'll put it on our Facebook page, and we will also put it on the YouTube link. So, I want to get into hypothetical. So we were talking about skills, but I'm talking about just not skills. I'm just talking about hypothetical life being a yacht captain / owner.
Oh.
This is a segment where we just talk about imaginary people that we wish we could be. And I think it'd be really cool to just own a giant mega yacht. So picture yourself, Lucas Horvat the 15th, owner and captain of the Equinox.
The Equinox.
You can click on that link in there, put in there. So there's some pictures, and I'm going to break down the stats of this yacht for you, just so you have, and so our listeners have a visual on what this is. This was German-built yacht. It's the 3rd largest in the world by length, by 2 feet, just by 2 feet. It's
all that matters sometimes.
2 feet. 2 feet, 2 inches, you know what I'm saying? There's a big difference. Launched in 2009. It's 533 feet long. It's like a floating apartment, more like a floating loft. $500 million at purchase in 2009. So definitely going to be a lot of money. Now, you got a crew of 70 to 85. There's a mini sub, 3 landing craft. It can hold 3 helicopters, 2 on the pads, and I guess 1 below deck somehow, and an inside pool. All right. So this is your baby. All right. The Equinox.
Yeah.
This is it? Or it's the Eclipse. Sorry, my
Did you
bad.
say a floating apartment? I don't know what apartments you stay in, but
This is more like a floating village, city.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, what kind of bars you stay in? No, this is the Eclipse. My bad, guys. The Eclipse. Sorry. Anyway, the Eclipse. You're out there. You're the captain.
My God. That's very...
You're the captain owner, I'm going to say.
Captain owner.
So...
We're going into uncharted water. Or
who's coming out on your 3rd landing craft? Who's the celebs or the famous people or the clients? That
I'd say
coming
the boys from Velocity Chaos podcast. Or
yes, good answer.
big.
Good answer.
Man, I'm doing a lot of pandering.
When our podcast really hits,
Yeah.
you can buy the Eclipse. We can go on it.
Right, used.
Yeah.
Right.
Used yacht lot.
A yacht lot.
How much for that big one?
That's
That's the 3rd biggest one? It looks like by 2 feet at least.
how much for the 2nd biggest one? The yacht lot. Is that a band name? Is that a good band?
Oh yeah,
The yacht lot.
the used yacht lots.
The used yacht slots. Yacht slots.
Everyone wears like really cheap button-ups and
yeah, they're just like
pandering to you.
40-year-old rock band. Like
slaps the yacht like, check this baby out. He's only got 250,100 miles on it.
Do we have consensus? Are we adding that to the Philosophy Chaos band list? Yacht lot. You can check out our band list somewhere. We'll post it soon. Okay, so no, in reality, who would you invite on this yacht? Like we're in port. We're about to set off. So
yeah.
who are you gonna?
Oh man,
who's flying in?
I'm the worst. Like I don't know people.
It doesn't matter. Just who do you have?
Who's coming? Well, me. Elizabeth Hurley, of course.
Nice. She'd be there.
She's my cougar of choice.
She'd be there. I spoke to her on the phone. Did I
what?
Yeah.
When? That's awesome.
November. She's very pleasant. Very
Can you
nice.
speak into my ear all the things that she said?
With a British accent.
Yeah.
No, she's very formal, like very proper, very nice.
Nice.
I liked her a lot. It was just one time though.
Probably get Rob Lowe, John Stamos.
Yeah. No, this is awesome. I'm liking this.
Yeah.
Rob Lowe, John Stamos.
Do they get a plus
Elizabeth
one?
Hurley.
What?
Did they get a +1?
If they want, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what you said? I got 17 people.
Oh no, you don't have to hit a full list. Just who would be your top people?
I mean, I think those are cool people. Cobra Kai, Thomas Ian Griffith.
Okay.
He's not one of the main characters that you might be familiar, but he was Terry Silver in the third Karate Kid.
Wow.
He was just brilliant in it. I thought he was
brilliant. Okay. Wow. So you got Tom, you got Rob, you got John, you got Liz. You.
And me. Yeah.
What a group.
I said, I'm not great at picking people.
What are we making a TV show? Yeah. All right.
Who's that? Viggo Mortensen guy? No, Viggo Mortensen.
Asiago Cheese, that guy.
I like to just screw with you on that.
Viggo Mortensen. All right, cool. So Viggo, John, Liz, John, and Rob. Okay,
Rob,
cool.
Yeah.
So where are you guys going? What are you guys doing?
We're trying to find Atlantis.
Well, if you got a mini sub, you might as well.
Yeah.
So where would you start? Like, all right, you're pulling out of Cleveland. You make it through the Great Lakes and up the locks, and then you're out in the Atlantic Ocean.
Man.
Where do you go from?
Isn't it near Greece or something, or is it like Atlantic Ocean by the?
Dude, I don't know.
That's the thing is no one knows.
Nobody knows.
That's what we got this $500 million yacht that we're going to use to find it.
And you're going on probably like a 3-hour tour, right?
Yeah, just a 3-hour tour.
It's a 3-month tour. Okay, so you got Rob, Liz, John, Viggo, and you, and you're going to find Atlantis somewhere in the Mediterranean.
Or Atlanta. Yeah,
work your way out.
There. Yeah, I'm sure we got sonars and stuff.
You got a mini sub. You got a freaking mini sub.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. And okay, cool. Well, that's your hypothetical life. What are the potential downfalls of being a ship captain owner of that size?
I don't know. I haven't been on many boats. I don't know if I get seasick, or is like a boat that big? Do you not get seasick from stuff like that? Like, is it too big to be rocked?
I'm pretty sure if it's relatively calm weather, you're probably fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So that could be a downfall.
Could be down. I mean, yeah, you could get stuck out there. I might have invited too many dudes.
Too many amazing looking dudes.
Yeah, good looking people. Yeah, if you guys are, I'll be over here.
I can just picture like Liz, Rob, and John like going off in the private pool, right? Just doing whatever they're gonna do, and you're just at the bar with Tom, and you're just like, "So, you feeling lonely? You want to see my boat for the 5th time?
We could check out the 3 helicopters again." That was cool.
Thomas like trying to bond with Thomas, flying helicopters and going in the submarine. Like you're squeezed in there. You like both go to put your hand on the throttle. Like you look at Tom, and you just go, "No one would know. We're in open waters. There's no rules out here." There's no rules out here. There's no rules out here or under here.
I'm the captain here.
I am the captain now.
I'm the captain.
All right. So you're telling Thomas what to do. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like sea life would get boring to a degree at some point, you know.
Wow.
Unless you got activities like, yeah, you could do it for a while, but you know, I guess in your big yacht, you're living there. I think you'd long for land at some point, right?
Probably. I mean, I know some people really love the ocean. I do like the water. I think the coolest thing, one, it would be hard to have a personal life. I did meet this couple in the islands. They were a couple, and they essentially just handle catamarans down there, and they do it as a couple. So they get to travel around, handle these rich people's boats and move them around, and then just go move another boat. I mean, that's literally their occupation, is moving boats.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because rich people are just like, oh, I want to meet you in Miami and we'll go down to the Caribbean and then I'll fly home. And then somebody's got to take the boat back up to Miami. So
yeah,
either you would have to have somebody who wants to do that lifestyle with you, or you'd have to be single because you're just like bouncing around so much. But it could be a really cool lifestyle if you are comfortable living that life, because you got a lady in every port kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm going up to, can't think of a port name, Cape Cod.
Introducing everybody to Liz. Or you're like, hey, Rob, like, look at all those people over there. Hey, John, look at. Hey, Liz, do you want to go? Okay, well, cool. I think it would be cool. I've met a couple of people who are part of that life. They're pretty
The yacht
happy with it.
lifestyle?
Yeah, the boat moving lifestyle. It's a very hard industry to get into because it's a lot of responsibility. But once you're in, you got security for life, and it's a really chill kind of lifestyle because if you're just kicking it on somebody's boat until they call you.
I'm sure you meet a lot of cool people.
You do meet a lot of cool people. And some of them charter out, and they're actually run by businesses rather than like a full owner. So, you know, you get to meet a lot of cool, different, wealthy people. They probably tip really well.
My cousin actually did something similar. Like he's a captain.
Oh, nice.
And he, you know, would charter for, you know, big companies and stuff and take people out like huge, like sail, like, or swordfish fishing.
Oh, wow.
Like just like big stuff like marlins and stuff.
Yeah.
And,
that's an intense lifestyle because you got the added pressure of like delivering a giant fish.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So you're out there for like 5 hours.
yeah. You're just like, where's the fish? Oh, man. Companies are cool, man. And another thing I wanted to mention is that for a limited time, you too can have your precious delicacies protected for half the cost. You heard me right. Company is now offering 50% off on precious delicacy protection for Velocity Chaos listeners. That's you guys. Actually, you don't even have to listen. You just have to use code VCPOD50 for 50% off precious delicacy protection for your first 3 months of protection. So if you want that extra peace of mind for your precious delicacies, get the absolute best precious delicacy protection with Company. This is not an actual product, service, or idea. Just in case you thought it was, it's not. If there's something out there with the same name, we are unaware and have no affiliation and offer no judgment on the actual product, service, or idea.
Hey-o.
Hey, yo.
Well, yeah, with that, I want to take us back in time. Back to the past. I feel like now I don't watch as many commercials as I used to. You know, I'll skip the ads and they're not as good. I don't know. Great commercials were a thing of beauty, and I feel like we're missing that in life. I don't know. The best ones now are probably like the insurance commercials. Like,
Yeah.
but a lot of the times they're commercials where it's like, oh, that's funny, but you're like, I don't know what that's for. Like,
Yeah.
I don't understand the product.
Or they don't stick with you.
Yeah, it doesn't stick with you. Or it's like, oh, yeah, that thing's funny, but, you know, it was just funny, but you don't correlate. So I think that's poor marketing. So insurance
They
companies.
didn't use the prop well enough.
Yeah. So insurance companies, you know, yeah, you are doing funny stuff, but I don't remember what your company is.
You know what? That's genius. You know those 48-hour film projects we used to do?
Yeah.
Why don't they just do those for ads? Like,
Wow.
why don't you just have a 48-hour commercial project, and whatever the best ad is, you just freaking do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Who wants us to make them a commercial?
Do it.
So, I mean, yeah, I'd say recently, like the Mayhem. I don't know.
I love Mayhem.
Mayhem's good.
He's classic.
What company? No?
Iconic. Allstate.
Allstate. Okay. Yeah, one of those.
just because there's so many of them. Though. The volume of,
Yeah.
of Mayhem commercials,
But they're
got
good.
us there, and they are good.
Yeah.
They're all good, and I like Mayhem. I'd watch a show about it.
Exactly.
A guy just turning into things, just like it's like Quantum Leap, but with destroying your car. I got to go back in time and blow up someone's car. Why? Because of a chipmunk and I climbed up the tailpipe. Watch out for chipmunks like me.
Yeah.
I would watch that show.
That'd be a good one. What's the other one? Don't be like your parents. I thought
Oh,
that's.
those ones are great. I love that.
But what is that? That's another insurance commercial, right? Is it Progressive
I don't
or who? Like
know,
who?
it's
No,
generic.
not farmers. That's,
Yeah.
That's
But they're great, like great scripts. Like
Yeah.
they're talking about the parking lot, like, oh, make sure we leave at the third quarter. Like,
Stop talking about parking lots.
Yeah.
I love the one where he like pushes the cart up to the guy. He's like, it's pulling left.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, damn,
We all have that problem, bro. Okay.
It's like helping people back out of driveways. Like, do you know them? No, don't talk to them. Don't.
It's so good.
It's
We're gonna
great.
send a PDF. Oh,
What I love about commercials these days, the ones that commit to creating characters.
Yeah.
Like having reoccurring characters. And that's nothing new. Like 10, 15 years ago, they were doing that. And they would create, some of them, little specials or spin-offs. But I think the way they've committed to like Flow, Mayhem.
Mhm.
I was just going to say when I saw this in our script today that I miss the cavemen. I do miss
All
the
right,
cavemen.
yeah. The
Even,
originals.
even
almost.
a caveman can do it. It got a little petty at the end where they were just
A
like
little
so bothered.
gratuitous.
But like I did like the concept. I'd bring them back. I thought they were clever and fun and
Yeah.
empathetic. They're empathetic. Like you felt like bad for them.
Yeah. And then they went with the gecko.
Well, he's been around for a long time.
Yeah. But yeah, that's like, even, this is probably going to rub you guys the wrong way. If Baker Mayfield doesn't make it as a quarterback, I think he does have potential as a commercial actor.
He's gonna be
he gets down.
a Jim Brown, but just not as talented. No, but seriously, like some football players make a great just appearance actor.
Yeah.
You know, like
But he does, like, I feel like a seriously good job in those commercials.
Oh yeah.
he commits.
Yeah.
And it's funny when he gets teammates in there, like Jed Wills,
Yeah.
you can tell the difference of
Oh, yeah.
like somebody who kind of gets how to ham it up and somebody who's just like,
Yeah.
my agent told me to come here.
Yeah, that garage sale one or whatever. I thought that was great.
I love the one with Bernie Kosar. No, well, there's the one with Bernie, but the one with who's the announcer that they do up in the booth?
Oh, Mike.
Jim Donovan.
The other one, his part,
Yeah.
his buddy.
Didn't he just retire?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh no, I forgot
Yeah,
on
the-
air. No,
the color voice of the Browns for the last
The color
30 years.
commentator. Yeah, he was just. I like the one where he's narrating.
Doug Deacon.
Doug Deacon,
That's a,
where he's narrating everything Baker's doing.
Yeah.
I do like that one.
he's staring at me incredulously. Gets another cup of coffee.
A lot of people got on him for that, but I keep telling people that if your brother is in that position, you want him to max out that
Yeah.
paycheck.
Oh,
And if
yeah.
and if the local giant insurance company who's based out of here goes, hey, we'll pay you $500,000 a commercial.
Yeah.
You're gonna shoot as many of those as you can.
And that's not taking away from practice. Like,
Yeah.
everyone.
He does it in the
For-
off season.
For the 2 hours of the day that they're shooting that commercial or whatever, for like even,
Yeah.
he could probably go to practice before that or after. Like they could set up times around where he doesn't need to be practicing all the time. Okay?
Everybody's like, oh, his head's not in football. It's like,
Yeah.
when you go do your little side hustle, is your head in your real life job? Like, no, like, just come on.
I think it's simpler than that. It's like, oh, you're giving me $50 million? Yeah, I'll take that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, get
No
your
brainer.
bread.
Get your bread. Get your
Peyton-
bread.
Peyton
Well, you
Manning
can because
didn't
you
play that
suck.
long.
Sorry.
No.
Don't want to make it political. Just kidding.
What were those Snickers ones? Like, I thought those ones had a decent. They had, the Betty White one. I thought that was good.
All right.
Like
RP.
Yeah.
the Queen.
The Queen.
When you're hungry, grab a Snickers. You're not yourself.
American Royal Family.
Yeah, American
Harkening
Royal
back.
Family.
Harkening back to an older episode. That's
Yeah.
exactly it.
And then
Cube
like
and the
Roseanne, they did.
Yeah, Roseanne Barr.
Like I thought those. I don't know. Are they still doing those, or is that kind of like an old?
I think there's some ageist problems with that, probably.
Oh.
Ageism. I don't know.
No one eats Snickers anymore.
No,
Boycotting sugar.
like they don't have to use old people though. They could have got like Mr. T or like people who are notoriously angry or something, and just like.
I feel
give
like they
them that.
did, or did
They did. They
Some
did.
younger
Okay.
guys, yeah.
And they even use sometimes just actors, not real like big actors. And I thought those were funny too.
Yeah. Yeah. And what? And like then it got kind of like Super Bowl. I mean, I feel like those a lot were Super Bowl commercials.
Yeah.
But the Doritos kind of made like a huge claim.
Oh, so they were smart. They were one of those people who did that. They went out and said, "Make us Doritos commercials.
Yeah.
If we pick it, we'll pay you." And I mean, they probably paid
like-
them good money.
Yeah, I think it was like $1 million prize if
Love
you
it.
won. Like that's
And
genius.
they're like, yeah, they probably pay 10 times that for a Doritos commercial during the game.
But it's genius too because you pay $1 million, but then everybody else is going to post their Doritos commercials.
So you got like
Yeah.
So you just-
200,000 commercials.
Yeah, you paid for just even
Yeah.
if it's a crappy commercial. Like
Yeah, and you have people, oh, go check out my Doritos commercial, vote for it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's just
genius.
network.
Whoever thought that up is sitting pretty on a beach
Yeah.
somewhere,
Yeah, if they're not.
or
Um,
handsome, whichever.
But bringing it back to what I wanted to talk about, a couple of my favorite commercials of all time. My favorite of all time is the John West salmon commercial, where it's John West endures the worst to bring you the best. And if you haven't seen it, we'll throw the link in, all this stuff. But it's like at the river mouth, bears only catch the tastiest salmon, and then there's this bear like swatting up the salmon out, and then John West comes running over and he starts fighting the bear like karate style, like for the salmon. They just go back and forth, and then eventually he gets it. Like, it's John West endures the worst to bring you the best.
I love that commercial because they just shot it on really far away on a long lens, and so you're just like, it just feels so vast, and it's so funny because the action is so small,
Yeah.
but it's so like he's fighting a grizzly bear.
Yeah.
I love
it's
that.
like, it's like a Nat
You showed
Geo.
me. Yeah, it's like Nat Geo. Yeah, and then it's him fighting. He just comes running in. And he's, it's a great commercial. That's one of the best, iconic.
Yeah.
Was that even an American commercial though? I think that was somewhere else. Like that was.
I think it was British.
Yeah.
Like BBC.
BBC. Smart
on those
smart ones.
airwaves.
I gotta give Europeans a lot of credit. Their marketing is a lot more fast and loose,
Mm.
and I kind of like it. I kind of think it's way more fun. It's way more saucy than over here.
Yeah, I like sauce.
Like remember, like commercials used to be a little naughty, and now they're
Yeah.
like, no, you can't. Kids are watching. It's like,
Yeah.
well, then don't let your kids watch the commercials.
Yeah, there's like, band commercials. I remember one, it was like this guy's like, it's just the glow of the TV or something, you kind of, those late night infomercials.
Yeah.
And his wife comes down the stairs and she can only see him from behind, and you see his like arm going up and down. And then it like kind of cuts to the front of him. And he's like pumping up a soccer ball or something, like he's a soccer player
I
or something.
love that.
And it's-
See, like,
but
it's
it's like a band commercial.
Or like the Jake from State Farm. Yeah, okay, Jake from State Farm. Like that's funny. Like, but it's just man.
Yeah.
I miss him.
What do you have any like favorite that you can think of?
My favorite has to be the Terry Tate commercials. The Office Terry Tate commercials.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you what they're for. I can't remember. Was it ESPN?
ESPN?
I think they're
It's
ESPN
internal,
commercials.
yeah.
Yeah,
Which
those are so
Smart. But that's my favorite. One, I have a big connection with my dad. Like he was busting up when he watched those. So I just remember him doing that. And just then YouTube came along and like we could find them and play them at dinners and stuff. And it just I just love how intense that was, because like physical violence in commercials is also a rare thing. But I thought that was really funny because the guy just comes out of the office. He's just like drinking his cup of coffee. He's just like, all right, boom. just destroyed. And like, I bet you they were just all stuntmen. And Terry Tate was just told, just destroy them. Like they're stunt guys. Just go for it.
Yeah.
Break was over 15 minutes ago, bitch. Love it. Love it.
That gets me into I think my favorite like sequence of commercials would be Bud Light's Budweiser Real Men of Genius. Those were so good. And they had looking up, they had 219 different ones.
What?
Wow.
Yes. 219.
How long? So is each one's like a minute long, right?
A minute long.
So that's like, it's like a couple hours.
Yeah, it's hours.
Could you imagine just watching them back to back to back? Did everyone air?
I don't know. So it started, I think, I don't know if it was in England, like with like a small spot, or like somewhere like they had a small spot, and they started in like I think like 2000 and kind of ran to like 2007 or something like that. But
They should bring these back. We need to go find the vault. Our heist movie is about finding all the tapes of this.
yeah, we got to find who I found the lead singer of Survivor. So if you know the song "Eye of the Tiger," David Bickler. He's the singing voice, and then narrator Pete Stacker. He's a voiceover actor.
I love it.
And he's done a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so narrator has that like dry not ominous, but like, voice, and then David Bickler with that, the flavor behind it. But yeah, a lot of those are so great. I don't know if you guys have any of your favorites that you remember, but when we were listening to one, it was like Mr. Footlong hot dog inventor, like that's just like just the random stuff. There was like Mr. Cell phone holster wearer.
Well, the nudist colony one, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like you have like the side boob in a commercial. I'm just like, where is this aired? Like, please bring this back. This is fun.
Sensitive.
Everyone's so sensitive.
You remember the swear jar? They would do the swear jar.
Yeah.
Those were good. Swear jar, yeah.
But yeah, before we wrap this one up, I wanted to, if you guys could humor me. I wrote a script here.
Oh.
You were talking about breaking into the vault, but what if we just start our own vault of one?
Okay.
But Real Men of Genius, Velocity Chaos podcast style. I'm going to send that over to you. I think we can pull it off. If you don't mind trying to sing these flavors, and I'll just narrate.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Get your Bickler on, dude.
Yeah, get your Bickler on. I'll stack it up.
Channeling Bickler right now, bros. Channeling the Bickler. Yeah, get a little slap. Get a little slip of this.
You guys got to tune up pipes, man.
Moistening.
All right.
Okay, thank you for that. If you're ready, I'm ready.
All right, man. Let's do it.
All right. Just gotta set the mood and action. Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Dead air.
Difficulties.
Velocity Chaos presents Real Men of Genius.
Real Men of Genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Just Started a Podcast podcaster.
Mr. Just Started a Podcast podcaster.
You sit down with your shiny new microphone and your 8-input sound mixer. You have so many topics to talk about, so many opinions to get out into the world.
I hope someone hears this.
Sports talk, check. True crime, check. You quickly figure out it's hard to fill up 10 minutes of time, let alone a full hour.
I should have done some research.
When you go to parties, you'll be able to tell everyone that you have a podcast on the internet.
I've got something to say.
The best thing about podcasting, anyone can start one. The worst thing, anyone can start one.
Anyone can do it.
So sit back and relax, orator of the internet, and put on the next episode of Velocity Chaos Podcast as we give a salute to you.
Mr. Just Started a Podcast podcaster.
Velocity Chaos Podcast from the Hexapod Studios in Cleveland, Ohio. Oh, thank you so much.
Oh my God.
Thank you for humoring me on that one. I enjoyed it.
The Bickler.
Bringing the Bickler.
I think the vein was
He just
popping
walked out. Thanks, Bick. Thank you. Take care.
Maybe we should have practiced that, but I thought that was awesome. Just
rip.
clean.
Barely got it in under time. That's perfect.
Awesome. Well, yeah. I think that sends us to a place we're very familiar with.
Flying down.
Down Under with the Australian news segment. Pardon my sniffles, everybody. So, we found, not we, but the people, huge codhead washed up on the beach. So, I'm thinking, I see this title, like, wow, this must have been a pretty slow day at the office if this is news.
Yeah.
Huge cod, okay. Probably shark bit it, whatever, or something, ate it, or
Sure.
Okay, that's it. Okay, that's just something that you see walking by the beach, and you look at it, whatever. But anywho, so unless there's more to this underwater fighting syndicate, or maybe there was a hit put on the cod and the sharks were like, "You're gonna be sleeping with the birds tonight," and then they're punching their fins, and then they bite his body off, and then tie some like helium balloons to the cod, and chuck him onto the beach. Like, that's just kind of where I thought it might have happened, because there's really no story that I think is.
Could you imagine if that was what happened?
Yeah, the story behind the story is what I wanted to get into, but yeah,
Got
it's just giant codhead shows up on the beach, and I thought it was really a non-story, but I felt.
So what you're saying is huge cod, an underwater adult marine film star. Huge cod.
Yeah,
That's
huge cod.
huge cod. Got on the wrong side of the shark syndicate.
Yeah.
And they beat him to a pulp, and he still wouldn't stop touring and making these great pornographic films.
Codographic.
Nailed it. DJ North of the Border, everybody! I love it. Huge cod.
Nice. But yeah,
Now streaming Pornhub.
that's what I came up with off of that story. But so I mean, that just takes you down. You know, in life, you might not be aware of everything that's happening in other cultures, other societies, and you can learn a lot of things if you just open your mind and listen and experience. Maybe sit down, have a sip of alcohol with someone you don't know. And if you're someone who can't handle alcohol, that's okay. You can still sit down and have a conversation. That's fine. And you can talk about, you can say, you got to see this. I saw the craziest bowls throw roll that I can even imagine. Just you're squeaking by in life by 2 feet because you're second best is still pretty damn good in the world. And, maybe you're compensating still with 3 helicopters and you're taking Elizabeth Hurley into your indoor on the ocean swimming pool because she's a total fox and there's still a chance. But you have to remember where you came from in life. And if you're hungry, grab a snack bar that I'm not going to try to promote because, if you want it, go get it and be a man of genius. Be who you want to be and own it because we're all winners out there. And, you might endure the worst, but you can still give it your best. Thank you.
Well, that pretty much winds that down. Gets us to the last section of our show, Recommendation Station, where we make sure we leave you with something worthwhile if the rest of the show is a complete bomb for you. I am recommending today, SodaStream. So this is a product where you can take just regular old schmo water out of your water bottle, out of the faucet, out of wherever you get it, your water, you can put it in the SodaStream and carbonate it.
Make it spicy.
The reason why I love this is it really helped me kick my soda habit. I don't keep soda in the house anymore, so it's a great way to keep things healthy. You can get the little flavor things, which are just, little juice. They come in grape and pomegranate, Flub Flub Juice flavoring.
What's Flub Flub Juice?
That guy who was here earlier, not Bickler, the other guy.
You just missed him.
He told us all about Flub Flub Juice. Anyway, SodaStream, I recommend it. It's super cheap, and the canisters are not hard to find. You can get them pretty much anywhere, and it's a cool company. So that's what I recommend. It just makes life a little more sparkly.
So do you guys.
Not you, just me. Thank you, man. This was a great show. I had a lot of fun doing this one. And thank you all for listening to episode 35 of the Velocity Chaos podcast. Thank you, DJ North of the Border.
Thank you for having me, fellas.
You had some zingers tonight, man. You were killing it on the board and on the mic. Hot stuff. Just having a fun time and really proud to be here on the Velocity Chaos podcast. So this is Nick signing off.
And this is Luke saying thank you for bearing with us as we try new things and experience fun stuff in life. Like we always say, what do we talk about? Shit. Like we always say, you got to endure 3 helicopters to get with Elizabeth Hurley. Have a good one, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the Velocity Chaos Podcast. We upload new episodes every Monday and Thursday. Be sure to subscribe and rate us on iTunes, Spotify, or your podcast platform of choice. Interact with us on Instagram at Velocity Chaos Pod or on Facebook and YouTube at Velocity Chaos Podcast. We are grateful for your time and hope you enjoyed it here. Please tell a friend, and thank you once again.